Welcome to Psych Inside, your friendly guide to the complex world of human emotions, feelings, and relationships. Have you ever felt drained or constantly upset because of a certain relationship in your life? Today, we are going to delve into a topic that's crucial for our mental well-being, yet often overlooked: signs that you're in a toxic relationship. Now, relationships are tricky. They can be the source of our greatest joy and, unfortunately, our deepest distress. Recognizing when a relationship has turned toxic is not always easy, but it's essential for our emotional health. We often ignore the red flags, brushing them off as mere relationship issues. But what if these issues are signs of something more alarming? So let's embark on this journey of self-awareness together, uncovering the subtle and not-so-subtle indicators of a toxic relationship. Are you ready to take the reins of your emotional health into your own hands? Stay tuned to learn the 10 signs that you're in a toxic relationship. Firstly, you're always under the microscope, being criticized for even the smallest things. It's the kind of thing that starts off as a drop in the ocean, but soon enough you're swimming in it. The constant nitpicking, the never-ending stream of helpful suggestions, the perpetual pointing out of your flaws. It's like living in a world where nothing you do is ever good enough. And let's be clear, we're not talking about the occasional critique or friendly advice here. We're talking about a ceaseless barrage of criticism that chips away at your self-esteem, bit by bit. It's a slow erosion of your confidence, a steady drip of negativity that can leave you questioning your own worth. But here's the twist. It's not about you, it's about them. It's about their need to feel superior, their hunger for control. It's a toxic trait masked as concern. Remember, constructive feedback is different from constant criticism. A healthy relationship fosters growth, not self-doubt. Secondly, feeling controlled or manipulated is a glaring sign of a toxic relationship. It's like being in a puppet show, where you're not the puppeteer, but the marionette, dancing to someone else's tune. This manipulation can take on many forms, and it's often subtle, making it even more harmful. It might be your partner dictating your wardrobe choices, or subtly influencing your decisions until they're not really yours anymore. It could be the silent treatment until you cave into their demands, or even weaponizing emotions to control your actions. Remember, it's not always overt. Sometimes it's a sly comment here, a passive-aggressive remark there, slowly chipping away at your self-esteem until you start questioning your own judgment. But here's the truth: in a healthy relationship, you should feel free, not fettered. Your partner should inspire you to be your best self, not a version they've custom designed. A healthy relationship is based on mutual respect, not power games. Thirdly, communication, or lack thereof, can speak volumes about the health of a relationship. Imagine you're walking through a maze without a map. That's what a relationship feels like without open dialogue. You're left guessing, misunderstanding, and inevitably stumbling into dead ends. Now let's be clear, we're not advocating for 24/7 chatter. It's not about the quantity, but the quality of communication. Are you and your partner able to discuss feelings, concerns, and dreams without fear? Or do you find yourself avoiding certain topics, walking on eggshells, or feeling unheard? When communication breaks down, resentment starts to build. Unresolved issues pile up like dirty laundry, stinking up the relationship. This can lead to arguments that seem to come out of nowhere, or worse, complete disconnection. Remember, a relationship is a two-way street, not a long, lonely highway. So let's start talking, listening, and understanding. Open and honest communication is the backbone of any healthy relationship. Fourthly, if your relationship often feels like a soap opera filled with negativity, it's a red flag. Now, we're not talking about the occasional disagreement or rough patch. Those are normal. We're talking about constant drama, where every day feels like an emotional roller coaster. When your relationship becomes a breeding ground for negativity, it can impact your peace of mind. It's like being caught in a never-ending storm, leaving you feeling drained and anxious. You may find yourself always on edge, waiting for the next argument or conflict to erupt. You might even start to dread spending time with your partner, anticipating the drama that's sure to follow. This constant state of tension is harmful, both physically and emotionally. It can lead to sleep problems, anxiety, and even depression. Remember, relationships are meant to be a source of comfort and happiness. A relationship should bring joy and support, not constant stress. Fifthly, trust is crucial in any relationship. A lack of it indicates toxicity. Trust is the bedrock on which relationships are built. It's the firm assurance that your partner has your back, that they'll be there for you through thick and thin, and that they'll respect your secrets and vulnerabilities. Without trust, you're essentially navigating a minefield blindfolded. Every moment is fraught with suspicion, every word a potential lie, every action a possible betrayal. This constant state of uncertainty can be exhausting, leaving you emotionally drained and unable to fully engage in the relationship. Furthermore, lack of trust can stem from multiple sources. It could be due to past betrayals, either in the current relationship or previous ones, or it could be a reflection of the person's own insecurities and fears. Whatever the cause, the result is the same: a toxic environment that stunts emotional growth and fosters resentment and dissatisfaction. In a nutshell, a relationship without trust is like a house built on sand. Without trust, you're building on shaky ground. Sixthly, disrespect in any form is a sign of a toxic relationship. Now you might be wondering, what exactly counts as disrespect? Well, it's not limited to just hurtful comments or offensive jokes. It can take many shapes, including verbal, emotional, and even physical forms. Verbal disrespect could be as blatant as name-calling or as subtle as mocking your ambitions. Emotional disrespect, on the other hand, involves belittling your feelings or making you feel small or unimportant. Physical disrespect, which is absolutely unacceptable, could involve actions that make you feel uncomfortable or threatened. Disrespect can also manifest in the form of dismissing your opinions or decisions. It's as if your voice doesn't matter or your thoughts are insignificant. This is not only disrespectful, but also devalues your self-worth. In the grand scheme of things, everyone deserves respect in their relationships no matter what. It's a fundamental right, not a privilege. Remember, respect is non-negotiable in a healthy relationship. Seventhly, a relationship should not feel like a one-way street. The balance of giving and receiving is fundamental to any healthy partnership. It's not about keeping score, but rather about a mutual exchange of energy, effort, and care. Think of it as a dance, where both partners are in sync, each contributing to the rhythm and flow. In a balanced relationship, both individuals give their time, their affection, and their support freely and willingly. It's a reciprocal dynamic, where both parties feel valued and appreciated. However, if you find yourself constantly on the giving end, with little to no reciprocation, it may be a sign of a toxic relationship. If you're the one always making sacrifices, always compromising, always putting in the effort, while the other person takes without giving back, then it's a clear imbalance. A relationship is a partnership, not a charity. If you're constantly giving and not receiving, it's time to reconsider. Eighthly, gaslighting is a manipulative technique that makes you question your own reality. This is a psychological tool that's as sinister as it sounds. It's when someone, often a partner, makes you doubt your own thoughts, memories, and the events occurring around you. They might tell you that what you experienced didn't actually happen or that your feelings are overreactions. Imagine you're in a maze with walls that constantly shift and change. That's what gaslighting feels like. It's like you're walking on quicksand, unsure of what's real and what's not. It's a major sign of a toxic relationship because it erodes your confidence, your trust in your own perception. When someone gaslights you, they're not just disagreeing with you, they're denying your experience, your reality. It's a way for them to gain control and make you more dependent on their version of reality. So remember, trust your instincts. Don't let anyone tamper with your reality. Ninthly, being cut off from your loved ones is a classic sign of a toxic relationship. Imagine you're on an island, surrounded by a seemingly insurmountable ocean. You're not there because you desire solitude or tranquility, but rather, you're stranded, isolated. This is what a toxic relationship can feel like. It's as if you've been pulled away from your friends, your family, and those who care for you most. This isolation is not accidental. It's a control tactic, a power play. The person causing the isolation wants you all to themselves, to have you within their grasp. But remember, your relationships, your connections, they are your lifeline. They offer perspective, support, and love. Don't let anyone cut those ties. A true loving partner will understand the importance of these relationships and encourage you to maintain them. They'll want you to be surrounded by love, not just their love, but the love of others as well. A healthy relationship won't isolate you from the people who care about you. Lastly, constant breakups and makeups are a sign of instability and toxicity. This emotional roller coaster is not just draining, but it can also be emotionally destabilizing. Imagine being in a state of perpetual uncertainty, not knowing where you stand in your relationship from one day to the next. This can lead to anxiety, depression, and a host of other mental health issues. This pattern of breaking up and then making up can be a sign of manipulation, where one person uses the threat of ending the relationship to control the other. It's a cycle that's difficult to break, but recognizing it is the first step. These frequent breakups and makeups can also create a sense of false hope. You might think that each makeup signifies a fresh start or a change in behavior, but in reality, it's often just a return to the same toxic patterns. Remember, a healthy relationship should make you feel secure and loved, not in constant turmoil. Stability, not constant turmoil, is a sign of a healthy relationship. So those were the 10 signs that you might be in a toxic relationship. From constant criticism to a lack of trust, from disrespect to unbalanced give and take, each sign is a red flag that shouldn't be ignored. Remember, relationships should bring joy, not constant drama and negativity. It's crucial to understand and recognize these signs to protect your mental and emotional well-being. If you're experiencing any of these signs, it's important to seek help. Reach out to a trusted friend, a family member, or a mental health professional. There's no shame in seeking help. In fact, it's a sign of strength. Finally, remember, this isn't about blaming or shaming anyone. It's about empowering you to make the best decisions for your life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Psych Inside for more insights into mental health. Stay tuned for our next video.